0-0 was the result in the Vicente Calderon. So what is going to happen at the Bernabeu? Well, we're going to talk about it here. Champions League quarter-final, leg 2. Let's talk some tactics. Although the scoreline did not represent a game that was obviously action-packed in goals, it was a very entertaining game. 0-0. Real Madrid had the better, I would say, of possession and shots on goal in the first half. And Oblak, the goalkeeper for Atletico Madrid, was pulling off some remarkable saves, specifically from shots from that distance. And it was unlike Atletico Madrid to allow that many shots from Real Madrid, especially being at home. So what changed in this game? What allowed for Real Madrid to find this space? Well, I'll tell you right here is with the three up top allowing James Rodriguez to join the middle partnership of Kroos and Modric, James Rodriguez found himself in a lot of space in here. And with the Suarez being caught high up the field, he will miss the game. Suarez and Fernandes in the middle didn't work as well, I would say, in previous games when you've had Thiago and guys like Gabi in the middle of the park who hold that more defensive line and don't get caught so far up the field, because what was happening was they were getting caught, and James Rodriguez, Ronaldo, Bale and Benzema were all finding the possession in this gap, which is very unlike Atletico. As I said, they usually do a great job of having these banks of four and making Real Madrid play side to side and not getting in behind. But what happened was Real Madrid were finding space, they were smacking shots from distance, and Oblak made some remarkable saves to keep the score at 0-0. So what Real Madrid will have to do in the Bernabeu is do the exact same thing. Push Ronaldo and Bale wide, split the defenders, and obviously with Benzema playing the last man, push James Rodriguez into this area, because he is going to be so influential. He had that outside of the foot shot that almost would end, a great save from Oblak, and he's starting to find his form coming back from injury. And when you know you've got the stability back there of Modric joining Kroos, although they may be susceptible to the ball on a counter-attack, which Atletico Madrid are good at, James is going to be crucial, I think, in the latter stages of this competition. So to find him in these areas, I don't think Oblak can pull off that same performance on a consistent basis against Real Madrid if the shots are flying in from all angles. Find out James Rodriguez in that gap between the defensive pairing and the midfield, and I think that Real Madrid could be successful in terms of winning the ball. Obviously, when it comes to Atletico Madrid, how they can beat Real Madrid, if you watch this game, when did Atletico Madrid start getting more chances against Real? When they got the ball wide and into the box. Because Real Madrid are notably not very good at defending and marking on corners, on throw-ins, set pieces. And that's where they almost got their chances, is because they've got big guys like Mandzukic who left the game bruised and battered. But still, at the same point, he's very useful in there. And when you've got guys like Griezmann and Koke who are so quick to get onto loose balls, trust me, get the ball into the box in wide areas against Real Madrid, and you will definitely find a lot of joy in those areas, rather than trying to play through the middle where it's just going to suit Real Madrid, especially if they can break you down. Get wide, which is when they play this formation here. If you look, what happens is when you've got James Rodriguez pushed up, Kroos and Modric are split wide. Although they stuck well together, this is when you should be pushing forward a fullback, and obviously using the pace of guys like Griezmann, but pushing forward the fullbacks to get the ball into the box, because when they pushed up their fullbacks into Real Madrid's opposing half, that's when they started to get more joy. That's when they started to outnumber Real Madrid in these areas and start to go 2-on-1 and getting crosses into the box from Mandzukic. And if you bring on Torres, obviously two very good players in the air. Wide areas is definitely where Atletico Madrid are going to get the joy at the Bernabeu. However, I just noticed something different about Real Madrid in this game. I just noticed that they just had a little bit between their teeth, that they were thinking that we're not going to follow the same fate that we did in La Liga play against Atletico Madrid. I think that they are going to be favourites, in my opinion, at Bernabeu to get a goal. However, if they do score and Atletico get a goal as well, then the away goal rule is going to be play a huge factor. So Atletico Madrid will need to score. 0-0, I think, as I said in my recap for the game, favours Atletico more, because they can go there, hold a good defensive line, try and maybe hit one goal on the counter and hold back, because they're better at holding a result than Real Madrid are, or take it through to extra time, in which Diego Simeone will be looking to try and get some of his own back after what happened in the Champions League final in extra time. So my prediction for this game, I have to go out there and say I think Real Madrid are going to win it 2-1 at the Bernabeu. I think Atletico will score, but I imagine Real Madrid getting a goal early by finding that space in between the midfield and defensive line, because they don't do it that much. But when they do, the more they start to get possession in that area, I think they can definitely use the guys like James, who are very creative, and they've been waiting for that spark, James coming back, because when he's been missing, Illarramendi will play deeper, or he'll join in with Isco, who's not been at the peak of his performance. I think James looks very anxious to get back into the Real Madrid starting lineup, and for me, he could be the difference, because you know Ronaldo are going to be outnumbered in the wider areas. Find James in there and he could be dangerous. Atletico, of course, need to hit on the counter, get wide. It's going to be a vital game. Big game, looking forward to it. There's my predictions. Leave your comments in the section below. Subscribe to TYT Sports.